Away Mzansi, welcome to the Late Late Tackle with me, Dalen Oliver. You've showed up in millions around the world, in your tens and thousands in stadiums, and now the Springboks want to show up for you as we kick off the road to the 2023 Rugby World Cup in France, because you are the world's most amazing fans, with more passion and fierce than a Heritage Day braai. Bonjour, oui. How many times have the Bokke won the World Cup? It's 3. Let's kick off.
Welcome to the Late Late Tackle with your host, Dalen Oliver.
Oh my word, we are in for a treat. Our first guest, he's got a jawline sharper than Cheslin Colby's sidestep. He's made his mark in Europe with performances stronger than the Rand and the Euro combined. He then captained the Boks at the World Cup. His beard is smoother than Tendai the Beast. Mtawarira's voice. You know him as the original ankle breaker, the smiling assassin. Your hands in mine for Schalk Brits. Pow, 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 pow. Schalky.
What an intro, brother.
Thank you. Lovely. The smiling assassin. Yes. Look at you.
I wouldn't say there's some smiling assassin,
Yes.
but yes, I gave it a go.
You look absolutely amazing. Is this what retirement looks like?
Quite relaxed, yes, bit more at home. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of injuries, so I didn't make a lot of contact. So I'm actually good.
You're looking amazing, man. This jawline, the hair, you're looking fit, you're looking healthy. What you been getting up to these days?
Well, I was in corporate world for about 3.5 years.
Yes.
Not the same as the change room, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a bit different. And the reason why I'm feeling good and looking good is I've been on sabbatical for 7 months. So
Bless, we accept
that's
it.
amazing.
We accept it. Tell me about corporate world. What was it like signing off an email with kind regards, Schalk Brits, World Cup winning Springbok?
It was just totally different. I got to it in a quite different way. There wasn't a lot of bum taps. In rugby, you can do a bum tap. Yeah, you can get fired.
Yes. You never gave me a bum tap. Maybe when we leave.
Yeah, but it was good. The whole experience was different. It's just a different world. I think it's quite a mind shift going from your rugby boots in the change room to a corporate environment where you sit a lot more and you listen and
you
analyze.
have to have like formal coffee breaks and formal lunch breaks.
I couldn't understand hours and hours of eating, drinking, coffees and teas, and it was a change. And I think with most of the professional sports women or ladies finishing and transitioning into something different, it is quite a mind shift.
How much do you miss the game?
What I do miss the game is funny enough. I don't miss the trainings during the week.
Who will miss
because it's, especially living in London for 10 years, that it's those wet, tough, mundane kind of things. I do not miss, but I do miss the change room. I do miss, funny enough, I miss the Sunday mornings being sore. That I do miss. And one other part that is not the same is definitely the crowds are different.
Yes.
You don't get a hand clap after
buying groceries.
Yeah, or getting the grief when you play badly that you don't get as well. So it is the how can I say, almost a return of feedback loop is a lot longer in the corporate world than in rugby. Rugby is week to week and you move in quite quickly. So it's just different worlds, but each to their own, I guess.
Yes. How good is it to sleep in though and know that you don't have to go have a bumper training session?
Actually, you sleep a lot less in the corporate world. In rugby terms, you sleep a lot because that's a recovery time.
Yes.
So corporate, there's always work to be done. There's always an email to send, analysis to do, report to send back. So that was quite a mind shift. And funny enough, I thought it was you just graft and you learn as a rugby player. You just have to work hard, be disciplined to succeed. In corporate world, it was just totally different. Your time spent is you go to bed, then there's still a report to after dinner. Yeah, you still have to report or something to read, and especially being late to the corporate world or joining at 39.
It's young, man. It's young. You're looking the sharpest out of everybody in that room.
I don't know about that, but it's been a great change, and time spent at home has been fantastic.
So let's shift the pace now. I want to bring it back to rugby. It's 2023. It's a World Cup year. The first question is, listen, 2012, there's a retirement, okay?
Yes.
Then 2015, you're back at the World Cup. Then 2019, you go to a World Cup. You captain a game, you score a try, and you win a World Cup medal. Is Schalk Brits going to be in this World Cup squad? Is this the announcement interview?
Well, when is this going to be it? Because I can't really say.
You can't really say.
No, I think there won't be any comebacks this time. You know, things happen rugby-wise when you retire, or think about retiring, then a coach asks you to play a little bit longer, and you still feel fantastic, and you still perform on a level that, you know, makes you eligible for selection. But there's definitely no retirement. I've seen how big the boys are now, how quick the game is. Just the game changes, evolves every World Cup, or every time it just moves up a level.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, Schalk, because I had to do some digging. I don't know how much inside information I could get, but I found someone who knows a lot about you.
Yes.
And I don't know if you're going to know this person. Yeah. And I'm very excited for you to meet our mystery guest. Are you ready to meet our mystery guest?
Yes, of course. Why
If you
not?
want it home, let's get into our mystery guest. So this is juicy. This is juicy. You need to tell me and let me know if you know who this mystery guest is, okay? So according to this mystery guest,
Yes.
your nickname was 9.5 because you always drifted between 9 and 10.
Yo, this is now, so it's someone that knows me from school
Yes,
days.
we were digging,
Yes.
Okay, 9.5, you want to tell us more about that?
So the scrum half hated me and the fly half hated me because I thought my dad always told me, just get your hands on the ball.
Yes.
And that at that school time, you're forward, you're a hooker. If you play in the backs, then you're too loose. So you have to be with the forwards. But I thought I worked out that in between 9 and 10, the 10 has to get the ball. I just want the ball. So I went and stood right in between the 9 and the 10 to make sure I got the ball and run with it. So they started calling me 9.5 at school.
No, that's a magical story. And thanks for sharing. Because the final clue about your mystery guest, this should give it away. Apparently, because South Africans, we're not that used to fine dining. It's something new to us. We're not always used to nice things. So our culinary palates aren't always used to delicacies like sushi. So we're not always aware that there's this thing called wasabi, and we're not aware that wasabi is not avocado pear. So apparently you ate a whole batch of wasabi because you thought it was avo.
Yes, my first sushi experience, being young and at university, I thought, yes, this is amazing. Sushi was quite different. It was like eating raw fish.
Yes.
I was still at uni. Well, my boy now 6 eats sushi, but anyway, then I thought, yes, this is amazing. And he said, just pile on the avo on this sushi. You know, I think it was just a roll, a maki, starting off quite early, maki or Californian roll with all this avo, and the next moment, boom. And I started crying. I spit it out. It was, my eyes were watering, and I'll get him back someday.
Yes. They ask you, why are you crying? Like, I got a Springbok call. I'm just so emotional. So do you have any idea who the mystery guest is?
If he went to school with me, if he played rugby with the Lions with me, and he went to uni, then it could be Aaron Sube.
You're a good man, and you're correct, because that was your best man. Let's have a look here, man. Amazing. Let's have a look.
Alles
There's Aaron.
It's good to at least have a bit of chat. We don't see each other that often in Stellenbosch, so at least I can chat over video here. You probably by now guessed who your mystery guest is. Hi, it's me. Obviously needing to share a little bit of dirt on you. Obviously can't share all the dirt, so the real dirty stuff I'll keep, but the stuff that the public's allowed to know about.
So he was my best man at my wedding. We stayed together. He was actually, we were at school together, but he was in Moerat, but he was the first guy, I was the first guy I met when he drove in, and we sat and raced together from what's a grade, he was grade 9.
Yes.
And then
standard 7 back in the day, standard 7.
And so I met him there, and then we moved together. We played Province, Vodacom Cup, and then normal Province, and then we moved to the Lions. Then moved to Saracens together, and we've just got amazing memories.
I can see how your face lit up when you saw him.
Yeah.
You was like, Scala, you're like,
Yeah, I mean, it's rare that you play. I think the other, if I think about someone, it would be probably Jean de Villiers and Schalk Brits that's
Yes.
got that long, extended playing time together and memories from school days
Yeah.
to, I mean, yeah, and now we live in the same town. Well, one thing I hope is he's got 3 daughters and I've got 3 boys. So hopefully that will
Extend the family. You're throwing out hints over there. Extending the family. And we're extending the family, okay? But tell me, post rugby, and I've wanted to ask you this for a while.
Yeah.
Because you went from one of the most intense contact sports in the world, where you're running into guys on the weekly, to one of the most relaxed sports, where all your anger must be internalized. From rugby to golf, pro-am. Please tell us more, please.
I mean, I've always have an unbelievable love for golf. It's one of the sports where you can't blame anyone.
Yes.
It is you, the ball, the club, and
Yes.
it's probably the most difficult sport to master because it's the mental side is unique. And then from one day to another, you can play. One day you can shoot unbelievable. The next day you look like a proper amateur.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, golf is a great love. It's something that I started with my dad. He always
Amazing.
paid. He always paid for me to play as a kid, and then
Invested, he invested,
but,
yeah.
But funny enough, he invested in our relationship. So I only asked him way back why he always said December holidays when we went back home, he'll pay for the golf and for my mates. And funny enough, when I was 14, 15, he says I became quiet.
Yeah.
And I've never known myself to being quiet. But he said he heard everything that's happening to me through my friends. And so that's something we still do. And now with my boys and my wife playing golf, it's something that I do with my boys. So if golf is a great love. Probably play a little bit too much now that I've been
Never
on the
played too
sabbatical.
much. No, never,
You
never.
can't.
You earned it. You earned it.
Yeah, so it's a great sport that I love, and it's and I've met a lot of people, and it's great for networking, and it's
Yes.
just great to meet new people and catch up with old friends.
And people love meeting you. I'm sure when they see you on the golf course, they must be thinking 2 things. 1, this is Schalk Brits. 2, does he automatically qualify to play Pro-Am because he's a World Cup winning Springbok? Or does he have a good handicap? What is it?
I don't know. Hopefully, it's firstly that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay guy. Secondly, I can manage myself in golf. I mean, played probably one of the best events is the Daniel, and then secondly would definitely be the Super Sport Shootout.
I love this.
It's been fantastic, and I've been fortunate this year to play in the Dimension Data. So I just
Yes.
love.
It's a good spread, and you meet amazing people along the way. So much so, I want you to share some memories with us. Is that, so you got Uncle Victor Matfield over there?
Yeah.
Yep. Fourie Dupree?
Yes.
Yes. And then we've got you. And who's the 4th gentleman?
Marius Skuman.
Is it Marius Skuman?
So Marius Skuman, funny enough, with Aaron and myself, he stayed with us at the Lions. He was
Okay.
He was my flatmate. But that specific day,
Who won?
they gave us a hiding.
Is it?
So Fourie Dupree is an unbelievable golfer. I think he's a very low single figure. Hits a massive draw.
Nice.
Victor's always dodgy, and I hope he sees this episode that his handicap is a lot lower.
Nice, because we can't see his other hand. We don't know what it's doing. He's filling in the scorecard. Well, he's cooking the books.
And Marius, he says, so funny enough, Marius is a mid-handicapper, but the one thing he does, he never hits his driver. So he's actually nicknamed his driver.
Okay.
So I said, please just hit your driver, stop hitting irons, you need to get closer to the green. He says, no, I've nicknamed my driver Schalk Brits. I said, why do you nickname your driver Schalk Brits? He says, I take my driver everywhere, but I never hit it. So it's almost like a professional career. You travel with all the box, but you don't play enough.
What an amazing story. Thanks for sharing, Schalk. Can I call you Schalk because I feel we're friends?
Yeah, of course.
Or Schalky?
You can, well, at night time you can call me Schalky.
After 12. Okay, let's pull up another image. So here's a group of you. I think Graham Smith is in the... do you remember this? Do you remember where you were playing?
Yeah, this is Fancourt. This is the Assam Cup Franchapinos golf get-together, I would say.
Okay.
And there's a guy called Sean Rue is there. John Smith is next to me.
Nice.
It's just a
Just
great...
a couple of
yeah.
Springbok winning World Cups.
Yeah, we try to get together. So it's actually the cricket boys against the rugby boys. And
Who
then,
wins?
The last 2 years, the cricket boys has won.
Okay.
Very dodgy handicaps.
Yes,
You know,
very.
I can't believe it.
8 ball overs. Okay, so we've got a couple of images that we're going to pull up as well. But
Yeah.
these are a bit more fun. So I want you to run us through this memory over here. Run us through AB de Villiers and Schalk Brits. Whose signature?
Guess who? That was AB that they got. We were actually in Harold's Bay, and of course with a couple of beers.
Yeah.
And things happened as it should.
Yes.
And they grabbed me, and he signed his own signature on a new shirt that I just bought. And this actually, this is Mossa Bay, not Harold's Bay. It's Mossa Bay in a golf day. Louis was in a golf day.
Amazing.
And they grabbed me and he started signing on my back. I said,
What
must I
doing?
do? And he says, well, you can sell it now for a lot more than it's worth. I said,
Good man. 2 South African legends. I love this. I love this next image. This is fantastic. So this is Longstreet in Cape Town. Post winning the World Cup in 2019, the streets are filled with South Africans. Number 10 is there. So Andre Pollard still kept his kit on. That you must be happy with young Andre.
yeah, the future.
Does Pollard always keep his clothes on after the match?
Yeah, well, I can't say because I'm quite, I've got a height restriction. But that whole...
Run me through it, please.
So funny enough, I think the day South Africa or the Springboks won the World Cup, we were in Japan extremely excited. Tokyo was amazing, but we didn't really go out of the hotel. The hotel was an after party, went to bed at 6 the next morning, or a bit later. Then
Straight to the airport.
No, not even that. Then we had the World Rugby Awards the night after that, so there was a lack of sleep. That Sunday night was crazy. Then we flew in 4 different groups back to South Africa. And that took us 2 days, 4 different flights and different groups. Eventually got together at Oliver Tambo. And I think, I was shocked with the support. And one thing I realized is only on this trip and when we arrived is the diversity of support was absolutely amazing. And for the first time, I believed what Nelson Mandela said way back with Glorious is that sport can unite. And going through those streets and having the, how can I say,
It is a public holiday in South Africa.
The luck or the luck of doing it with families and friends and my 3 boys and my wife. It's things that you almost getting teared up here. It's something that I will never forget. And I think my boys won't forget them. They've still got those shirts.
Amazing.
That Anne-Lee gave us for that trip. And it's for me, it's something that will stick with me forever. Those photos, those memories, and seeing our country united where everything felt so positive and just so amazing. And hopefully it will happen again.
And you've been shining, brother. We as South Africa appreciate you so much for shining.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah, no. Because you're a leader, you're experienced, you've got so much knowledge to give to the next generation and the current one. That's why I'm excited about our next guest. Yes. Okay? He's also a leader.
Yeah.
Future of South African rugby. Friend of yours. So we're going to get straight into it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So, our next guest. He's going to be so delicious. He's from a proud rugby family boasting more Springboks than the Kruger National Park. He's a born leader, captaining SA Under 20, VP and the Stormers. He's the unofficial mayor of Paarl, and despite being a lock, he holds the key to the city. They told him to reach for the stars, but he went for the moon. Please, your hands and mine for Salmaan Moerat. Here we go. Thank you. Hello. Bring it in. Salmaan, how are you?
How are you?
Good to see you, brother.
Nice to see you.
Looking strong, looking healthy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Wonderful, man.
Working hard. Still on the road to recovery. But yeah, it's been good.
We're happy that you're on the road to recovery. We can't wait to see you fully fit. And just from our side, Schalk, isn't it nice? Because see, someone's got a nice young beard, a nice fresh haircut. He's cleaning up nicely.
Looking beautiful. I don't know how many haircuts he's got left, but just enjoy it.
Lovely.
Not too far off. I'm not too far off Dalen.
No. Geez, my hairline receded in matric, so it's tough. Salmaan, you're from a rugby-rich family, rugby royalty in South Africa. 12 individuals, including your pops, playing at the highest level. When that moment happened, when you sang the national anthem, you wore the Bok jersey, what was it like?
Yeah, Dylan, I think it was, you can't really put it into words, I'd say. Like you said, my family played rugby. My father represented South Africa. So for me, there was a bit of a sense of relief, first of all, because there's so much hope lying within you, and not just for yourself, but your extended family, and all those people that couldn't, achieve things back in the day. So it was really, really surreal. Standing there, I couldn't believe it's actually happening. And who knows? Hopefully, it's the first of many.
I love that, man, and I love that you're aware of all these things. When you were growing up, did you feel the pressure, or was it stressful, or was it like whatever happens, happens? Just gonna give it my best.
I think not so much pressure. It's just it was definitely a driving force. I would say it was my inspiration, my motivation for going out every day, working hard. Hence why I said that day, when that day came, there was a bit of relief, because
Yes.
I know how much it meant to my father, and I can tell you this, Dylan, whenever I see him, it's all he speaks about. And for me, it was quite special to make my debut and wear that jersey, but to see the happiness on his face,
Yes.
and the family's faces, that was second to none.
Where did they watch the game?
They were my parents actually came up to the game. They flew up the Friday, stayed in Pretoria. Both sets of parents, so I'm newly married as well.
Yes, there we go.
so they-
yes.
So they all made their way up, but my brothers, sisters, they got together back at the house in Paul.
I love
And
that.
they filled it up. Yeah.
I love that. I can see how much you're smiling as well. Yeah. Did you cry when you sang the anthem? Or did you cry at any time in the game?
To be honest, I find it very difficult to cry, which is not. I wouldn't say it's the best thing.
Yes.
But I was quite emotional. I can tell you that. It was difficult to spot my parents in the crowd. Obviously, it was a sold-out crowd, but there was a lot of thoughts that went through my head in that moment. Just trying to soak up everything, the atmosphere, and I think that was actually the first home test after COVID. So
Yes.
people were G'd up for that, and the atmosphere was really, really exceptional.
So you speak about the atmosphere on your debut. I want to know about the atmosphere in your family when you're playing garden touches while growing up. How heated were those touches? Because that's not social rugby.
Yeah.
This is former pro and pros playing in the backyard on a Sunday.
Dylan, it wasn't actually garden touches, it was street touches.
Street touches.
Yeah, that's where rugby started. You play in the street.
Yes.
You busted your knee a couple of times, but really that's where the love started. And then from there, you go play at my primary school. We didn't have rugby, so I had to go play club rugby at a very young age. And that's where it all started.
Magical stuff. So you speak about Paul, and then your primary school, and then club rugby. So as you can hear, Schalk, Salmaan's got his hands in different pies and pots in Paul, right? So there's a saying that goes, snitches get stitches,
Yeah.
right? So in Paul, they don't snitch. Small town. They might see it, but they'll say we weren't there.
Yeah.
Okay? So we had to dig very deep to find this mystery guest who knows things about Salmaan. Salmaan, you need to find out about the mystery guest?
Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Our mystery guest. Okay, so Salmaan, our mystery guest tells us that your nickname was Moon. Okay? Let's just break it up. Locally in Afrikaans, Sal means wool.
Yeah.
That's fair. And Maan means moon.
Yeah.
So they called you Moon. This was your nickname, yeah?
Okay.
Do you remember this?
Yes, of course.
Okay, there we go. You're smiling. Okay. So I'm going to give you 2 more clues. Maybe this will help. According to our mystery guest, they had to order you special dumbbells. It was 55 kgs each.
Sure.
Because the others were too light. Does this
Yeah.
ring a bell?
Yeah, okay, so first of all, this guy, or my friend,
Yes.
was at school with me.
Okay. You telling me? I don't know. We're figuring it out. I'm going to give you 1 more clue. Can I give you 1 more clue?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this will help. Scala, I'm going to need you. Hey, we swing it. There we go.
Oh, this ball. Why'd you bring a boys'
Oh, there we go.
It's in the country.
Look how angry he is that he touched the boy's eyeball. Does it ring a bell?
Yeah, I think so. Was a teammate of mine.
Think more. Think of someone. You come from a rugby family.
Okay.
And within that, there's rugby education. And within that, there's lots of coaching. So it could be someone who's guided you. And
So he's in Boys Eye.
He's in
A
Boys-
man.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
a teacher,
Yeah.
a mentor.
Shaun Erasmus.
I don't
Was
know.
he?
I don't know. Let's see who the mystery
Let's
guest is,
see.
Salmaan. Let's see.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yes,
Boom.
yes, all done, nice. Let's see what he has to say. Here we go.
I really hope that you knew that it was your old coach. That's the mystery guest, and I hope that you're well. And lots of good vibes and blessings coming your way, and hoping that your injury that you're recovering well, and hope to see you on the field soon again.
You got it right.
He's the man.
Here we go. Amazing. I love that. I love how you smiled when you saw him, and I love how angry Schalk is that he touched the boy's eye ball.
Oh, it's nice.
It's passing. Off it goes.
There we go. Salmaan, run us through this. You were captain at Boys Eye. You were part of an extremely special era, 89 unbeaten games. Just run us through that and that magical period.
Yeah, I think so. When Shaun arrived, I was under 16, and that was back in 2014. That's really when he started his whole philosophy. Philosophy around a team being a family, and I think what he did during those, let me say, 3 years that I've been involved was exceptional. He's taken the school to a place where where you start competing with the best. We produced. We produced back in 2015. We produced a number of SA Schools players. So really, just the time we put into the players was second to none.
Yeah.
And for me, what stood out about him was he was a great human being, first of all, and that's what he taught us. He taught us great human beings make great rugby players.
I love that.
And and that energy rubbed off on the team. And later we just started believing. Thankfully, we started winning so much that, to be honest with you, we started believing that we couldn't lose. And we played some of the best teams that year. We played Grey College away.
Yeah.
Grey Bloem, which was a very tough game as always. And we got the result away after many years.
Yes.
And that really, so lit a fire within us. And we went on to win the very famous inter-schools later that year.
I love that as you give the background to it, you don't mention any Cape Town schools because all the guys were half your height and scared of you. Were you excited when you knew you were playing Cape Town schools? You're just going to run over these tiny rugby players?
Yeah, to be honest, it was always a nice drive up to Cape Town.
Yeah.
It was, I'm kidding, man. Yeah, it was always, there were special players all around the Cape,
Yes.
as always. And Bishops, I remember Bishops clearly. That was a very tough game. It was very rainy. We managed to win by a couple of points only. So all in all, it was very special. I've got very fond memories of my schooling career.
I can see that.
And yeah, it's actually now this year will be our reunion. So I'm really looking forward to that.
There we
Get back
go.
to school.
Here we go. It's you. How many years?
It will be 7 years.
7. It's
Yeah.
Schalk's 70th. Amazing. Are you excited about that, Schalky?
No, definitely not.
About it.
Time flies.
Time flies. Salmaan, just run us through Boys Eye being a space where you could find your voice as a good human, as a rugby player, and as a captain who then went on to skipper SA Under 20 province and the Stormers.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, he set the platform. Shaun set the platform for us. I've never captained a team before that, to be honest. He was the one that saw the talent within me.
Yeah.
At first, it was a difficult. I wouldn't say it was a challenge to lead a team. But as time went on, I grew into that role. Started becoming more comfortable. Started to do more speaking, public speaking.
Nice.
And all in all, they've nurtured me, and I would say that they've groomed me into the man that I am today.
I love that.
And it will always go back to him. I think he played a massive role in that. And we always catch up when we have time.
You haven't seen him in a long time, so I think it's only fitting that you see him again, because you're being very humble about everything, especially with the captaincy. And Sean's got a lovely little message as to how the captaincy came about. I think you'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I think one of the best memories that stand out for me about Salmaan is the great leader that he was on and off the field. As I mentioned before, I fondly remember the time when Salmaan would walk past the school on the way to the change room, and the school would quietly just stand up in respect for him. So I think in that quietness, Salmaan has this very special leadership and this very special aura about him. And he's a very good man. And one of the best things that I remember about him, our captains have to sort of step forward and then motivate why they want to be captains. And this particular year when Salmaan was a matric, he stood up and he wanted to be the leader of the team and be the captain. And the head boy was also part of the group that stood up. And it was a very tight vote initially. It was a split vote actually in the first vote. And I remember Salmaan, we talking to the two of them, and Salmaan, the first thing that came out of his mouth was, "Listen, I'm prepared to give that to the other player because I know how much it means to him." And we just felt it wasn't the right way to do it, so we've asked the boys to vote again, and one of the players was not on camp with us, and we called him up and said, "Listen, this is a situation, you've got to vote," and he obviously voted for Salmaan, and called the two of them back into the room again and said, "Okay, we had voted, and literally you'd won it with one vote, and the boys want you to represent the team, and it's a very special, very big occasion to be the Pole Boys High first team captain."
Here we go, a lovely heartwarming story. So, I want to know this. Do you feel pressure when people say this is a possible future Springbok captain as well? Because this is something that is spoken about quite openly. And Schalk, I want you to prepare some words of wisdom as a former skipper for the young man next to you.
I think, Dylan, there's a lot of weight that comes with that. At the end of the day, you're leading your country, and it's into battle, into war. It's much more than yourself. I think now at the moment, I'm not trying to look as far as that.
Yeah.
It's very important for me to, to focus on what's present. Try to play well for the Stormers, become a household name then first. Because if you play well, then that's half your job done. I mean, at the end of the day, as a captain, you don't want to be doing a lot of talking. You want to lead by example.
Love that.
So I try not to look that far. If it happens, it does. If not, then it wasn't meant to be. But at the end of the day, I want to say I gave it my all.
Schalk, you want to jump into some thoughts as a born leader and one of our favorites?
I think you must first learn how to follow before you can lead.
Yeah.
And eventually by following, people will eventually ask you to lead. And then I think that's from my perspective, is then you'll become the leader because the leader is someone that, rightly so, cares about everyone around him, sometimes at the detriment of himself. But the point is, people don't go, "I want to lead." It is, "Guys, do you mind leading?" Like the coach Sean said, it's eventually you take that position up. And for me, it's if you look after your team and you're willing to give a lot of yourself and you care about the people around you, you will lead in one way or another.
I love that. And Salmaan has been leading in so many aspects, even on social media. Folks, it's time for Instabox.
I can't wait. I'm all excited.
Let's see some images, Salmaan. Let's see some images. We went through your Instagram account and took a little deep dive. So run us through this picture. Is this a superhero movie that's busy happening? I know you got a big family, so you're used to big family photos. Who's here and what's up?
Okay, so that was actually my first tour with the Stormers to Australia.
Nice. How old were you?
I was 20.
Nice.
20 years old.
Herschel in grade 7?
Herschel, yeah. And that's Sergio Peterson next to me, Shano Augustus, and Michael Kumbara.
Nice.
Rano's playing overseas now for Northampton. Sergil's over in Japan. Michael Kumbra is playing in France as well. Yeah, very good time. That's in Brisbane, if I'm not mistaken.
I love that.
Why is he crossing his arms to make his biceps
biceps
bigger?
bigger, I know, I was
This
gonna
is
say,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you're pushing those biceps out.
I did the push-ups before the photo.
It's tough standing next to Jano. I mean, he's a big boy.
Yes. Okay, so and this biker is from Mars. Let's see. Everyone's on their bicycles over here. I'm going to let Scala jump in as well. Scala, just note he's two-tone tan. Can we have a young comment on what's happening there with the flex as well?
For a young man,
Scala
that is
was really hot in France.
it's unacceptable. I thought, but maybe you want to get rid of that tan before the December holiday.
Yes, you can see.
Make sure.
Where was this? Please tell us.
That was in France. That was 2018 at the Junior World Cup.
Okay, amazing memory.
Yeah, lovely time.
Did you return the bicycles or did you do the South African
No, so
thing and store
those bicycles,
store it?
those bicycles belong to the hotel.
Okay,
And,
belong to the
belong
hotel,
to the hotel.
I want to fly back.
They're still looking for it. What you can't see in this image, there's an emoji in your caption of a baguette.
Oh yes.
Did you have some baguettes in France?
Too many.
Too many?
Dylan.
Okay.
That
You like a
was-
baguette?
Oh, I love one.
Okay.
I love one.
Do you love a Gatsby?
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a baguette. That's the actual baguette, Dylan, that
Okay.
people don't know about, you know?
So then, can we do this? Okay, can we do this? We must figure this out. The next time he goes to France, right? We're gonna give him a Gatsby to take there, and then we put a baguettesby. Do you think we can? Can we do a baguettesby?
I back that name.
You back that name
100%.
and the taste.
Ooh.
Okay, that's magic. Okay, let's see what the next picture is. Here we go. This is amazing. You're in the deep ocean and you're not scared of sharks on or off the field?
No, I was
Or in the
terrified,
ocean?
to be honest.
How deep
I
was it?
Oh my word, I'm not sure. It was just dark around me.
Yeah?
I couldn't see anything. That was with the Stormers. We had a pre-season camp. Yeah, and they dropped us in the ocean for some other reason.
Oof.
And
You can't
it
swim.
was no, I can survive. Let's put it that way.
It's just dropping in the ocean. Next!
I can survive, but oh my word, that was terrifying.
Did you open your eyes when you were underwater?
No, I tried not to. I didn't want. It was terrifying not to know what's underneath me.
Yes.
You know?
And we've got real sharks.
We do.
in the ocean in Cape Town.
Not sure what.
Is
that
it
was
Salmonstown
about
or where is that?
That is at the waterfront, just off the waterfront. Yeah.
I love how Schalk's looking at it going, yeah, I could do this with no life jacket. This looks like a Sunday afternoon activity.
Well, coming from Mossel Bay, that was always sitting on the surfboard. You always think, oh my goodness, you can't see it, especially if it's like
Yes.
murky like that.
Yeah.
It's
Amazing.
yeah.
Instabox, that's a wrap, Salmaan. Yeah, we're keeping track of you just to make sure that you don't get too naughty with your social media images. But from France to deep ocean diving to being lekker guests, the two of you, thank you so much, man, just for being good human beings and great examples as true South Africans. Just going forward, like your message to the fans in a big year for South African rugby.
Hey, so-
Here we go. Age before beauty. I'm not going to
Of
say.
course.
I'm not going to speak about age or anything. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
No, I'll go.
No. He wants to rock, paper, scissors. There you go. Rock, paper, scissors. Here we go. You beat him. So you can. Do you want to go or you can nominate him?
for the youngster.
Here we go for the youngster.
You go.
For the fans.
For the fans. And to the schoolboys out there. We have a great
Yeah.
story about Boys Eye and what it did for you in your early stages of rugby.
Yeah, I think I'll start off with the fans. It's obviously a massive year once again. Yeah, just to continue supporting the team, to trust that the team, to believe that the team knows what's best for them, and to trust the process, to trust, you know, we're going to be playing internationals now in June against Australia, New Zealand and Argentina. You know, to trust that the coaches that they know what they are doing, and they've got the goal of winning the World Cup, which will make it 4, if I'm not mistaken.
100%. Record-breaking, historic.
Which will make us the best team in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
100%.
I don't think any other team has done that before.
No one at all.
So it's promising and very exciting time.
Scala to the fans.
Firstly, from school perspective, I mean, you're fortunate. We were in very proud schools with great heritage, but enjoy school time before you know it. You're sitting, and you're 41 years old, and the friends you make is phenomenal, and the teachers was, I think, from both schools is great. From the supporters, I've got a quick story, just a quick one.
You take your time.
I can
Take your
remember my
time.
dad phoning me and say, "Can you please tell Fafa, Andre, and Willie to stop kicking beep ball?" And I said, "Dad, we've everything is analysed. It's not just we couch potatoes. We look at the importance of each aspect of the game. Be patient." And I got it again after the first game we went to the World Cup, lost against the All Blacks.
Yes.
But like the couch potato that I am now, trust the process. They will work out what is the best possible way to beating every time, and it will change. Sometimes we have to play like Wales, extremely boring. Then sometimes
But
like
we win
England.
titles.
Yes, so the focus is really winning. The boys put in their hard work. And one thing I want to say thank you is for the passionate supporters.
100%.
The Springbok supporters and the Springboks won't perform like they do if we don't have this passion behind it. And yes, it's great to have opinion. Enjoy the game, scream, shout, cry. I'll do it now with my boys. Go Bokke. Can't wait for the World Cup to start.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to almost leave you there. Do you want to wrap up with some words to the schoolboys, Salmaan?
Just enjoy what you do. I mean, you're still playing schoolboy rugby, so it's really important that you keep enjoying it. Scala, you would agree with me?
Yeah, 100%.
But these days, schoolboy rugby is so
It's
professional.
changed.
It's changed so much.
Yeah.
But
more
somewhere along
protein
the
shakes
line,
than maths marks. It's a lot.
Yeah, Scala touched on it earlier. It's really important to enjoy what you are doing. And,
Magical stuff.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
message.
going to let you two go, but you're on the late tackle. We make sure that we give you personalized gifts. Narrative and your story. So Scala, this is I got you a wasabi. This is you. I got you a wasabi because of your experience when eating wasabi for the first time.
Thank you. I'll take this, Evan.
Yes, it's a wasabi. Actually, you know what? You're such a good. I'm gonna give you 2 wasabis. There we go, 2 wasabis. That's for the 2 World Cups. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. So take that, spread the word, and make sure that don't keep it like that.
I won't. You've got a dirty mind. I'm thinking about spreading it thinly on my toasty.
There we go. Rye bread, eh? Always very important. And then for Salmaan, we spoke about the baguette.
Yeah.
Okay, the baguette and the Gatsby, South Africa and France. So, in true South African style, in true Western
No
Cape
ways.
style, in true Paul style, we're kicking it old school. This is a Polony
Where's it
Gatsby.
from? Where's it from?
This is from Mariam's.
Oh,
there
my
we go. One of the best in the business.
Sure.
This is your baguette. Take this Gatsby to France, spread the word. You must cradle it like a baby. There we go. Bless you.
But remember, he's now in recovery.
Exactly.
It's not great
It's
for
not
the
good for
figure. But he's going to eat it all tonight.
He's gonna eat it all tonight. From the baguette, from the wasabi and the avocado pear. Can you please show love for Schalk Brits? Yes, please. Thank you so much, Schalk Brits, your beauty. Salmaan Moerat, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for your time, gents. Good luck with everything. It's a big year for South African rugby. But like both of you said, keep being amazing human beings. Yes. Aware. Here we go. That's how we wrap things up, folks. Fans, you are amazing. South African fans, keep having the gears to keep the light burning bright for the box. Thanks to MTN for keeping us connected. Don't forget to visit BokSquad.co.za to join the Springbok fan family. We loved having you here. We'll see you next time. I'm going to go eat some wasabi and a lekker baguette with Scala and with Salmaan. Cheers.